Once upon a time, in a quiet village surrounded by green hills, there lived a young girl named Elara. When Elara was very small, her mother fell ill and passed away, leaving behind a home filled with silence and memories. Elara's father loved her deeply, but grief made his heart heavy, and over time he grew distant without realizing it. Years later, her father remarried a woman named Maribel, who came with two daughters of her own, Lena and Rosa. From the outside, their home looked warm and complete, but inside, Elara's days grew difficult. Her stepmother treated her harshly, giving her the hardest chores and the smallest portions of food. Lena and Rosa mocked her worn clothes and laughed when she worked late into the night. Elara's father saw pieces of this behavior, but he stayed silent, afraid of conflict, and unaware of how deeply his silence hurt his daughter. Despite everything, Elara remained kind. She spoke gently, helped others, and carried hope quietly in her heart. Whenever the world felt too heavy, she escaped to the forest at the edge of the village, where birds sang freely and sunlight filtered through tall trees. It was there, on one ordinary afternoon, that her life began to change. As Elara gathered wildflowers, she met a young man who seemed lost. He was well-spoken, with kind eyes and a warm smile. He introduced himself simply as Adrian. They talked for hours, laughing and sharing stories. Adrian listened to Elara in a way no one ever had, and for the first time in years, she felt truly seen. They met often after that, always in secret. Elara never asked about his past, and Adrian never spoke of his. She only knew that when he was near, her heart felt lighter and her world felt brighter. One day, news spread through the kingdom that the prince would host a grand celebration at the palace. Everyone in the village was invited. Elara's stepmother prepared her own daughters with fine dresses and shining jewelry, but she ordered Elara to stay behind and clean the house. With a heavy heart, Elara watched them leave. Later that evening, as the moon rose high, a royal carriage stopped before the house. Guards stepped down and called Elara's name. Trembling, she followed them to the palace, where golden lights filled the night sky. There, standing before the crowd, was Adrian, no longer dressed as a simple traveller, but as the prince of the kingdom. He smiled when he saw her and revealed the truth. He had been wandering the land to find someone who loved him for who he truly was. The prince chose Elara, not for her beauty or her obedience, but for her kindness, strength, and gentle heart. Her stepmother and stepsisters were left speechless, and her father, filled with regret, finally understood the pain his silence had caused. In time, Elara forgave him, though she never forgot her worth. She married the prince and became a beloved princess, known for her compassion and wisdom. And though her life began in sorrow, it blossomed into a future filled with love, dignity, and hope.